Hi guys, Roy here from Your Golf Travel, departing South Africa today back to the UK. Currently sitting in Durban International Airport, also known as King Shaka Airport, and about to board a plane for a 12-hour, 10-minute flight. I'm quite excited about that though. I do like long haul flights in general, I'm a bit weird like that. And the reason why I'm excited today is because we're going business class with British Airways back to the UK. Never done this before, so looking forward to seeing what's on offer in comparison with economy. I'm going to talk to Jason and Tidders as well about the time we've just spent in one of the most amazing countries on the planet, the golf courses we played, favourite moments off the course as well. So yeah, stay tuned for some highlights from our South Africa tour in the KwaZulu-Natal region and Durban itself. And yeah, see what British Airways business class has to offer. This is going to be good, I think. Ready to slum it in business class, boys?
100%.
I have to. Can't believe they're not sending us first class. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Might have to turn right, not left.
So the first benefit of BA business class out of Durban, being able to chill in the business class lounge. Yes please. Bit of pre-flight food. There was some chilled beers in the fridge and some champagne as well. But it is 6:30 in the morning, so you know, left that one to some other people this time. But yeah, about to board. Bushman's peri peri, jalapeno, pepper, sauces. Food in the UK is going to get a whole lot better, guys. So the next benefit of business class with British Airways is priority boarding. Currently, the other passengers in business class are boarding, but I've been left in charge of somebody's bags, so I'm having to wait like everyone else. He's ruining it for us, Tidders.
The experience is over.
It's definitely not.
What has he done?
Not off to a great start. Thanks, J Lawns. Economy has started boarding. Still no Jason Launder. Going to be last on the plane, Tidders.
Last on. No benefit for us.
Oh, he's back.
Mr. Anderson, thank you.
Thank you.
Morning.
Good morning, welcome sir. And that's lovely, Mr. Anderson. Just going to be on the right hand side.
Thank you.
Cheers, Roz.
Just over 12 hours.
Right, so we're 10 hours into our flight back to the UK, and as I'm sure you can imagine, one of the biggest benefits to going business class versus economy is the outrageous amount of space you get. Not only have I got little compartments for my laptop and various other things, also got oceans of legroom and the ability to fully recline to a flat bed. It's not even dark outside.
I know.
If you look over that side of the camera, just fully automatic, well, personally controlled tinted windows.
A good old day flight, this one.
You've had a good sleep, haven't you?
Oh mate,
You ready for your long drive?
I think 11-hour flight, I've maxed out on about 8.5 hours sleep, feeling absolutely fantastic.
I'm not sure I'm going to be able to go back to economy.
No, you can't. Once you turn left, you never turn right.
So I need to have a word with management at Your Golf Travel.
Just do a good plug for BA.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got 2 questions for each of you.
Yep.
I'll start with you, and I'll start with favourite golf course on the tour. I know that's going to be a very hard one to answer, but...
Okay, so Leopard Creek for me was a super bucket list course, which was amazing to play. But for Natal and for Durban, Zimbabwe blew expectations out of the water. That was a phenomenal resort course. Fairly brutal in the wind on a few holes. We all struggled on a couple. But yeah, like a lot of memorable holes, a lot of picturesque holes, wildlife running around everywhere, a couple of snakes.
What are you doing? Just snaking a short iron down there?
Slap one up there, yeah.
Just snake one down there, bro.
Down there. And try our hand at getting up and down from over the lake. I think.
Yeah, good shot. Jeez, very good. I should leave you about a wedge in, I guess.
Another one of those.
Another one of those.
Absolute stunning hole again.
Oh my god. Where did you get that from?
Don't worry, this is one of those harmless ones that Jason was talking about.
No.
Say hello to Trevor.
Trev. Got me.
We woke him back up. Look, he's happy now.
Which may have got Werner as well.
Punch. That's a punch, was it? It's a good shot.
So we're still putting.
Punch 200 feet in the air.
Yes. You.
Watch out! It's Trevor.
Where'd you pick this up?
Malaysia.
It fits in, mate. I've seen these. I've seen this exact snake on this course. Good on you.
Yes.
Luckily, I'm not. Yes. Luckily, I don't care about snakes that much. I love snakes.
You should have seen his reaction yesterday.
Mate, I was jumping
He
around.
was halfway up the fairway.
And yeah, so that for me was my favourite course.
Same question.
Without a shadow of a doubt, Selborne Country Club was just spectacular for me. I'd played there sort of 10, 12 years ago, so it was a special place to go back. But I think it's got a really nice country club feel to it, and also you know, it does give a good test. Plenty of water around, a lot of good bunkering, but it's all strategically done. And
The elevation changes there were spectacular.
yeah, really are. Those par threes were great, weren't they?
Yeah. Favourite moment off the course in South Africa?
I think there were a lot of off the course moments that I enjoyed. I think the dinners that we had were fantastic, and you know, plenty of fun, great food.
You were
I
raving
think
about that steak last night.
yeah, steak last night was without a doubt the best steak I've ever had in my life. It was great, and I think it was probably about £7 or something like that.
Butcher Boys, what, 5 minutes walk from the
Butcher Boys,
hotel?
5-minute walk to the hotel, Beverly Hills in Durban. That's the place to be. I think my favourite, or you know, most interesting point whilst on the golf course, though, we'll stay there, was the 13th hole, I think, at Selborne, when you surprised me with a certain individual, Trevor the Snake. Was resting down by the bunker after I'd hit my shot. Quite a nice shot actually. Arrived down there and suddenly he was waiting ready.
And where did you end up? Quite a long way away, wasn't it?
50 yards back up the hill, wasn't it? You weren't convinced that practice was going to work, but Trevor's a pretty scary bloke.
Trevor worked.
So Jason, same question to you. Favourite off-course moment?
Fugitive Drift.
Okay, straight in there with that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's so much history there. Doug spoke with so much passion. It was emotive. The scenery was, I mean, just next level. It was incredible. I mean, that library, that view, you could just spend a day in there alone, just looking over the gorge. You've got the falls around there. I mean, walking with all the game, as they mentioned. I'll be back there either this year or next year, and I'll be spending 3 or 4 nights.
Fantastic.
No shadow of a doubt.
I'll give you guys my thoughts on my favourite course from the tour, and my favourite off-course moment as well when I get home. We're currently hovering over Paris, is that right?
Yeah, we're just north of Paris, 35,000 feet. We'll be touching down in just under half an hour. So,
right, well, this is basically the first time I've been home in the UK since the 9th, I think. Yeah, it has been.
real tough gig for you, isn't it?
It's been a tough 12 hours, hasn't it? In business class BA. And this is actually a new flight route, direct to Durban, is that correct?
New flight since November, so yeah, it's just offering, you know, a great option for people to get to discover another region. So everyone who's done Cape Town and Johannesburg, this is an absolute no-brainer. And for first timers as well, I think we touched on as well, it's such a good place to dip your toe in the water and get a flavour for South Africa.
Amazing. Well, I enjoy long haul flights, as I said at the start of this video. I've enjoyed this one immensely. I might just go up to the pilot and see if he can do a few laps, stay in the air a little bit longer.
Yeah,
but
keep it in the air for another hour.
yeah, but I'll give you guys my thoughts, my favourite course and favourite off-course moment when I get home.
So big thanks to British Airways and our lovely staff. The girls have been fantastic hosts. Abby wants to be all over YouTube, so there we go. And Rory's working for the first time in 12 hours.
That is precipitation.
When was the last time you saw any of that?
We haven't seen any of that for the last 10 days, have we? Back to miserable England. Great to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you, ladies.
Bye.
Boom.
Thank you.
Boom. Right, business class complete. The ladies in the business class cabin took extremely good care of us, so thank you very much.
A local from Stratford-upon-Avon.
Tell you what, going back to economy is going to be a tough slog.
Yes.
Thank you very much, BA, that was excellent.
Do you suppose I could have a few words with the president?
dashing. Take
You've got
it
a long
easy.
drive ahead of you, haven't you?
4.5 hour
big
drive.
man hug there.
Well done, mate.
What a trip.
Very good.
I'll
trip.
see you in the office
Really
soon.
enjoyable. See you on Tuesday.
Yeah, safe drive, buddy.
Cheers, mate.
See you
Take it
later.
easy.
You off as well?
I'm off.
Oh, I lost the bag race.
And I'm South African.
Thank you very much for showing me around your home.
And it was amazing. Absolute pleasure. What a tour.
As Werner said, we'll definitely have to go back one day, explore some other areas, but
Joburg
home,
next.
I guess. Or you straight back into London? Cool, man. Well, I'll see you on Tuesday, I guess.
See you Tuesday.
Where the hell's my golf bag?
Collections in the corner for golf sticks.
Oh, I said that to Tidders and he said, no, it's going to come out on the belt.
Oh no, mate, it's over there probably.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll go get my bag and go home then, shall I? Such a schoolboy. I've done videos on tips about where to pick up your oversized baggage from, and I'm sitting there like a chump knowing it's over there.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, I've not been home since the 9th, so I'll put that down to fatigue.
Fatigué. Au revoir.
There we go, guys. Oof, almost two weeks in South Africa done. Thousands of miles driven, 2 safari drives, 1 broken tooth, Zulu battlefields, night out in Lucky Shakers in Durban, 10 golf courses, 0 drops of rain, which is great. Charged up by an elephant. Yeah, and it's official. South Africa remains my favourite country on the planet. As you guys will have seen from this series of videos, 15 in total at this point, I think, covering 10 different golf courses and a load of different accommodation options and things to do away from the golf course. That country has it all on and off the golf course. The weather, specifically in the Durban region where we were, people are amazing, world-class food, wildlife like no other place on earth, the scenery is an absolute joke. And yeah, the collection of golf courses they got out there is absolutely top notch. I could go on and on about why I love this country so much, but it just has no weak points for a golf holiday destination. My favourite golf course though, I probably have to agree in part with both of the guys, Jason and Richard. Leopard Creek was very, very special, obviously having watched it on the European tour for a long time. Absolutely world-class golf course, and also the experience of just being there in the clubhouse, it's like top end. But I also loved Selborne, like Richard did. It's much more affordable, and it's also part of that KwaZulu-Natal region. So if you're going to go to that part of South Africa, mix it up with a bit of Durban nightlife as well. Selborne is definitely a must play, but I could really wax lyrical about any of the golf courses we played, to be honest with you. They were all absolutely fantastic and all quite different from each other, which is a real strong point for that region of South Africa. Favourite off-course moment? Well, I kind of get what both the other guys are saying as well, but I don't really know how you look past the game drives we went on. First of all at Jock Safari Lodge in Kruger National Park, and then at Nambiti Hills. Getting up close and personal with some of that wildlife which you don't get anywhere else in the world, and obviously being kind of like mock charged by an elephant was a fairly exciting experience. And we saw lots of other things as well. We saw leopards, or a leopard, sorry, which I didn't get to see last time I was in South Africa, so that's another one ticked off the list. It's just an unreal experience going on a safari. Nambiti Hills honestly is one of the most special places I've ever been, and it's a real shame that we could only spend one night there. I would guess that I'll be going back to Nambiti Hills at some time in my life to do a full-on safari, take a week and experience that landscape and that wildlife full on, not just ducking my head in and out like I did on this trip. But you all know the love I have for South Africa, and especially as a golf destination, so anyone looking for a long haul golf holiday, we're looking at, let's say, minimum 7 nights, 4 rounds, that sort of thing, I would recommend South Africa wholeheartedly. I know there's lots of other places around the world where you could choose over it, but from my experience, having done a family holiday there in 2015, followed up by this trip with the guys in a completely different part of the country, just love it. A bit sad to be home, to be honest with you. Shout out to the boys who accompanied me on the trip, showed me around, Jason and Richard. In all honesty, these two are two of the most knowledgeable people probably in the entire golf travel industry when it comes to South Africa golf holidays. Jason having grown up there and Richard having spent a lot of time there as well in the past. They've been at Your Golf Travel for an awfully long time. So if anyone wants to get in touch and talk about a South Africa golf holiday, whether we're talking KwaZulu-Natal and Durban, whether we're talking the Garden Route, Cape Town sort of area, or Johannesburg up near Gary Player Country Club, the options are endless. And these two guys, as well as myself to a certain degree, can certainly give you some really good advice. So email address is popping up on screen now. If you do want to get in touch, just drop us an email. We're more than happy to chat things through. And thank you to everyone who came along on the adventure with us. I really appreciate you all tuning into the Your Golf Travel channel. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Comment below if you have any questions about South Africa. Hit that bell so you get notifications when new videos drop, because we've got lots coming up from all around the world. A final shout out to British Airways, who treated us to business class on the way home. That was an experience in itself which I'll never forget. And as I said a couple of times in this video, going back to economy is going to be a bit of a tough slog. See you guys soon.